flash to go through the smoke. It's taken Happy a moment to find his mark, though. So Mara just picks up the first kill outright. Scream will trade it. They get access to the site to find a plant, but they have no control over this bomb site right now. This is a very chaotic and forced plant. The Mongols need to take advantage upon this before they set themselves up. Missed op shot from Sixer, but he corrects it on the pistol. Smokes his way out of here as well.
I like it.
Scream still left with plenty of room to maneuver on the backside. Sixer with another up shot. He already knows where NCL is too, as he saw him lining up against the wall before. It's why he popped off the smoke. And hear him coming back up to the forklift. And NCL almost completes the trade on Sixer. Won't get it done right here, but NCL is now stuck between a rock and a hard place. No easy way out of this 1v2, and he's out of time on trying to fall back. Sixer will take him out, and it's EnVyUs to take back control. Using a lot of utility to do that, which should hurt them on the retake if EnVyUs end up diving into B, that it would appear they're doing now.
So why is this guy still playing Highway? Why is he not towards B? This is the question.
Sure, probably waiting for intel to come out from Zilkenberg here now, as he's just now going to start to spot this. Moves in, but he's finding impact and getting into these different positions too. Zilkenberg wreaking havoc here. They try to find him and he swings around. Is it going to be an ace? Might as well be. He's going to get the assist on the last player anyway, and he gets the kill. Zilkenberg just running around EnVyUs, circles running around them as he shuts it all down and out of nowhere secures a third round for the Mongols.
That was incredible.
That was amazing.
Absolutely incredible mechanical skill, game sense, knowing where to move based on what's happening. Map where bomb plants are quite prevalent. Or see the default spread with 3 going towards door again. I think that Mongols might be doing this in response to the fact that Sixer has a proclivity to pick door sometimes.
We've already seen him do that a couple times just in this half alone. He's going to be caught on top of Big Red. Does fall back down. RPK currently holding it solo, though. Him and Sixer shut down 4 players in very quick fashion. Oh, Zilkenberg, though. What was that pre-fire out of absolutely nowhere? Just runs out and destroys Sixer. Nicely done from him. He's got a lot more work to do than that. Still 3 more kills to get. But he's got a minute to get him. Maybe more, of course, depending on the timing of the plant.
EnVyUs are positioned in such a way that I feel like Zilkenberg has a decent shot here. Because obviously his aim is ridiculous. So if they give him 1v1 fights, I can see myself.
And Rush have been doing a good job since the gun rounds begin, but we'll get a trade. It didn't come through. Glaive probably it's a little bit more than he was worth there. KRB to try and get the trade. If Rush goes towards the back tracks, he might be spotted. Automatic, known to be very good in these sort of duels. Can't get it done, but Rush, that flank, the low HP, they didn't see it coming. And it goes down to a 3-on-2. Astralis on the chase, but KRB denies the plan.
Perfect. That's all he had to do. Walk out, take the bomb down. He can fade away again inside the same position. Very many tight angles. It's tough to find him. And as they'll go searching for him, they also have to contend with the fact that Xyp9x, excuse me, has good positioning at Z. Doesn't need to reveal himself either. Rush went to control room to see the high ground if he could spot KRB from far. He makes noise. KRB repeaks. Down he goes, and Astralis find their 5th round.
Stewie's got all the way towards the bomb train right now. He's actually by the Ivy. I think he's undetected. They're not looking towards that position whatsoever. He smokes it out. Device opens things up. It's a little bit chaotic as he gets the shot from the backtrack. So he needs to be very careful. Bomb will be planted. 5-on-3, but we still have a chance for Cloud9. Absolutely.
Well, the boost is going to be on top of Ticket to watch toward the bomb and toward the train as the smokes dissolve. That'll give Dupree a bit more information for the entry or re-entry of the CTs. As Skadoodle, though, holds off the Vice, that certainly does give them a much better chance. Stewie staying alive is also fortunate because it baits Xyp9x around the train. Unfortunately, there's nothing they can do with that. Skadoodle misses the shot, and Xyp9x is able to pop back out. And as a result, Tarek now has to step up. He's done well from behind the E-box, but far too many targets indeed. He gets overwhelmed as Xyp9x will take him down. And finally, around approach in which they want to get back in there for Automatic is ready for it when Glaive goes and gets the kill on the inside of the smoke immediately. We'll get the bomb plant and another good execution from Cloud9 as they start to claw back in. Now, not done because although no kits, there's time enough if they find picks immediately. Pretty standard formation in the T side, E-box and back train, and I'm surprised that they're not putting more attention toward the E-box as a result, with Xyp9x to get aggressive and KRB to hold the approach and hold the angle. That'll confirm at least that there is one behind the E-box. They now have to go together. Rush, the one to hold it. The problem is if Tarek were to swing out behind them, but the smoke's disallowed it, they go behind the train instead, an Automatic. Gets one that will confirm the round. In fact, he chases Xyp9x down.
These sort of strategies really suit the playstyle.
Into a reaction. It's going to be a reaction that's not expected, though, and it's worked. Simple timing. Stewie's the only one to go to B. He goes down. There's 3 players left alive, but the fact that they lost a player outside and the expectation is from Astralis is that they're going to funnel the inside site. They rush back and catch them off. That's actually quite cool from Cloud9. They get a bomb plant down. Unfortunately, they didn't get a subsequent kill on the re-rotation from Astralis, and Xyp9x gets found by Tarek, but he's down immediately. It's Skadoodle versus 4.
Oh.
Good flick to find Glaive. They drop off ticket booth. He has Device down as well. He certainly does have a chance to win this. They're on the bomb inside of the smoke, and I don't think he would have heard the defuse kit being held because of the flashbang, but without the kit, he had time. He goes to the Deagle, 1 versus 1, and Skadoodle's pulled it back in a 1 versus 4.
Godlike plays there from Skadoodle. A very problematic affair.
No, you have to win out. Simple as that. You have to. It's 3 and 2. You can't go 2 and 3 and make it through.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some mathematical wizardry with ties and overtime, whatever. But I can't. Come on, that's not going to happen.
6-man group and 3 go through. The winner of the group will go straight to the semi-finals. The other 2 fight it out in the quarters. Good shot from Rush. Another opening pick. Glaive, there's no trade potential there. Doesn't really challenge their Rush, and it's going to be Stewie just having a whale of a time there. Lovely work with the AK-47. Where's the smoke though? Where's the utility? This is looking quite poor from Astralis now. Like, very well done from Stewie, don't get me wrong, but he didn't even need any backup there. Just guns them down 1 by 1, no pressure from the upper ramp. It seems like they're out of ideas at this point. And that'll be a clean round, and quite a convincing one of that. Not even too hyped, Cloud9. It's just business as usual.
Across to get the gun, but it matters not. The smoke is there. No one will find an angle from Catwalk as a result, and it's now back over toward A, where further kills are required. And I hate to say, but a player that far forward in Palace, Fallen, just waiting to hold an angle with Zilkenberg walking directly toward him. I imagine this is a quick execution from Fallen. Or, okay.
How'd he hit that?
That's ridiculous.
Well, now that's a chance. It's up to Bolts now to at least find 1. Doesn't struggle with the first. Csgo goes down. They still need to plant him, and this kill might decide it. What a lineup that is from Bolts, though. It was Fallen that gave them an opportunity after allowing nearby. Got a little bit of utility. 3 smokes again, 3 Molotovs, and rush towards middle. Fallen tries to find the first pick here. Players on the other side of the connector. Towards the A ramp of he's up to it again. What an easy pick that is. Why is Mara considering connectors just completely open? Oof. Hard to watch at the moment. And Fallen spot of bother, but the round is absolutely fine. A no-scope comes through as well. He's putting on a bit of a show for us today.
The bomb site, in fact, goes behind Triple. Here we go. Spot out towards CT. Machine Gun comes back in. Sogu's gone extremely large in this round, but it's Coldzera versus Machine Gun in a 1-on-1. Bomb still not planted. 46 seconds is the one thing that Machine Gun does have to work with as he'll grab the bomb and go for the default play. He's timid, isn't he?
One of the scariest 1v1s you can have in the game of Counter-Strike. Coldzera, full HP. You've lost track of him. And here we go.
Oh, good find from Cold. Good shot. But you're right. I would have thought he would have actually caught Cold off by being a region that you're from. Fur takes down Machine Gun. He's going to play back toward Triple and have a bit of a problem because he's the only one directly with line of sight toward the A position at this time. So if they actually went quickly on SK, that might have been enough to catch him off, but they've elected not to, and that's probably better off. The smoke towards CT likely indicates they still want to try and walk the bomb in, but he's elevated himself accordingly, and he's brought Mara back into it. Zilkenberg goes down. So too to Sogu. Good shot from Fallen. Now they've got problems.
That was nasty from Fallen. That scout shot working out very nice. It seems that the force buy was successful. Mara, the last player remaining, and they keep 4 alive. So SK with the unorthodox approach to the force buy.
And they get to pick their start over on CT side. It's going to be a quick waltz-up banana for EnVyUs and a quick transition to the site, too. Flashbangs hitting both teams relatively evenly, but Xyp9x is going to get knocked out first by XMS. They'll continue to push onto the site, leaving only Glaive alive in the back by Garden, but he's been smoked out, too. Won't be able to contribute too much. Happy with a good position. Already kills one of the 2 retake angles. And now they're really just left with Device and Kirby, and they've gotten 0 kills to adjust for this just yet. So it's an outright 2v5 retake that Astralis have to try and forge their way back into. It's not going to be looking good. Kirby hunting for some kind of headshot out here. Device is thankfully going to be able to go back and make that task a little bit easier, moving in, finding the shot onto Happy at least. But still, time ticking down, and they, as far as I can tell, do not have access to a kit on that site.
It just seemed like they talked about all the ways in which they could approach that, right? It's crazy. It's beautiful CS to watch. I love it.
Very well done from Astralis and Dupree showing up again. This time over the boiler step. Seems to have panicked a little bit, though. So we'll get that first kill. Kirby able to secure 1. Dupree looking for the frag on RPK, and he's going to get it. So besides XMS's trade, again, really not a whole lot getting done by EnVyUs, and some good shots from Device on the op. Alrighty, and we are back again, guys. Astralis versus EnVyUs here from Iem Oakland, the B stream. Continuing on in a very close match, dead heat between these two teams. And for Astralis, it could very well mean early elimination for this tournament if they don't shape up on this match and on this pistol round. It's going to be a bit of a mess to start things off. RPK pushing in, confirms additional kills though. With the elimination of Device, suddenly the odds don't look so good. Gambit strikes back, but still not long before he's dead on the ground seconds later. As he falls back and looks for the route over to B. They're playing the objective right now.
He's boosted, huh? Scream's boosted up on the
He is, yes, and he's the only one here, too. So this is going to be a free clear of the site. There we go. Easy kill right there for dupreeh.
It seemed like he was thinking about not shooting to find more. Right? And then he's like, no, I'm not trying to become a Reddit post right now.
Well, of course, it's very likely that there might have been like 1 or 2 players up on the site, so just playing it back, hoping for that possibility, and they don't get it. Now it's just about holding down the fort, but Sixer moves in. So that these little P250 starts it off for these guys. dupreeh is going to shut down those dreams almost entirely, however, with the 2 quick kills that he's found on the AK, and then it's left to Happy on a deagle, but won't stay that way for very long, as dupreeh will take him down, and now take the lead on that, at least for now, but there's the spam to find Scream. And that has killed most of the defensive setup on B. But what's interesting is that Astralis are playing this into the other site, and EnVyUs are not ready for it in any sense of the word. dupreeh works his way back out. Sixer's now left alone here. And while he does kill Device, it's still not going to leave room for any significant trades. Sixer's fallen back to call for a save. Happy's getting out of here as well. And Astralis have found yet another round as they are continuing forward in unstoppable fashion here against EnVyUs currently.
Yeah, and I mean, this is basically tombing them, save some kind of eco-round weirdness, right? If they don't save this gun, they're done.
And they are definitely not saving that gun.
They're not buying this round. If they are, it must be nerve-wracking to peek an angle against Astralis, just knowing what kind of like lame default setup they're going to be holding. Or like some kind of reactive-based approach.
They move in double flashes as well around the corner towards Porch side, and they're going to very quickly try to shock value this. 2-for-1 trade on the start of it. Xyp9x does get pit control for free, but Glaive can't bargain up to the site, and Xyp9x not immediately there for the trade because he's stuck behind the smoke. Now he's going to look for a way to push past it, but will wait for Device to get into position. However, he's also immediately taken down by Happy. One more trade comes out from Xyp9x, but now he's going to look for a quick plant. Didn't realize that Happy was still up on the site, and that fatal was...
Gambit going with the, kind of lackluster buy here. Low utility Galil, aka Defender in hand on Hobbit. But it's in Hobbit's hands, so it's basically the best gun in the game.
Going to be able to do some work with it, though, as the fast execute will roll up to the bomb site. They were able to make this work before. They've got to be careful of this op presence, though, and they deal with it very quickly. Freiburg denies the plant, finds a second kill as well, bringing the numbers down for the T side even more. Just Hobbit and Doja are the only ones left alive and standing here. HS, good control over the situation, finds Doja trying to sneak into the sandwich lane, and now it's just Hobbit left alive. Again, another pretty much impossible situation for him to come back from. Does have the smoke to hide in, but I think he's kind of lost himself in the smoke, so he's trying to wait for it to fade before he gets anything done. But it will fade off of his head first, and Freiburg will be able to find...
Survived with 1 or 2. Definitely a risky thing to do, but when the scoreline's 12-5, and if you lose this round, which you probably will, it's going to be 13-5, that's a long run to make back.
We've got trades again to start things off. Hobbit just killing out HS with a nade. Won't mean much at this point in time here, as OpTic also split themselves towards inner after they go 1-1 on the outside trade. Magisk looks like he's going to continue to push past the smoke. He's going to be careful. There's a deagle in play over by Z, and he has no vision right now. He's just a single target going up against them. Alu thankfully finds Fitch, and it looks like Mixwell has pretty good control of the sidewalk area of things. There we go. Knocks out both of those rotated players. Just Hobbit left again in a 1v3 scenario. He's going to walk forward, try to challenge Mixwell, but Mixwell will get the better of him.
To be saving also.
So with OpTic now being put down onto that low buy, we will see if Gambit can be able to easily shut this down, or if things will continue to get a little bit messier. HS leads the charge on the drop, and Fitch just deleting him. The problem is, though, is that there's potentially way more players pushing that ladder room if they're not careful.
Oh,
Freiburg
gosh.
Specifically getting Doja to bait, Doja kind of baiting himself by running up the ramp there. Freiburg knocking him out, so that's found the even 4v4 battle. Slytherin also still going to be positioned from within the site, but he'll be caught falling back, and Mixwell doesn't just stop there. Look at the damage he just did to Mo. Mo actually almost dying due to the nade. Thankfully, he backs out in time, but if that landed on his head, he'd be a dead man. Hobbit at least gets the better of Mixwell in an up-close fight, and Magisk is hit hard, down to just 3 HP. There's no force back into the sandwich lane again. Fitch even holding there too. So now they should commit to a retake where it looked like seconds ago they were going to save Hobbit as well. Nicely done. Leaping over the train and spinning it back to find Alu, but Freiburg with the train kill but gets over aggressive. Pushes out just a little bit too soon and Hobbit will get the better of him.
If he had armor, I think he wins that.
I would think so too, yeah.
Yeah, that was actually